All right, we're going to do a resolution and I'm going to hand this resolution to Mr. Saines because, whoo boy, to be a stroke smart county because reading is, yeah, here.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. Whereas 1 in 6 people will have a stroke in their lifetime, and the stroke is the leading cause of long-term disability, putting a tremendous financial burden on individuals, families, as well as society. And whereas there are life-saving treatments that must be administered within 3 to 4 hours once symptoms begin, and only a very small percentage of patients get to the hospital within the treatment window because majority of the people do not know how to spot a stroke or the importance of calling 911 immediately. And whereas as all Loudoun County health and safety focused entities and all county employees will be urged to participate in improving Loudoun County stroke literacy through educating all employees, volunteers, and associated communities. And whereas Loudoun County will educate those who live, work, play, and play in the county to recognize the signs and symptoms of a stroke and the urgency of calling 911 when they spot a stroke, and will encourage the Loudoun County community to participate and contribute to the Stroke Smart Spot a Stroke, Stop a Stroke, and Save a Life campaign through active citizenship efforts. And whereas Loudoun County commits to serving as a model for other counties and communities to advance the vision of a stroke smart America. Now therefore be it resolved that the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors does hereby proclaim Loudoun County as a stroke smart county. And it calls this observance to attention to all citizens of Loudoun County.
Well, first of all, thank you all. Thank you for being here. Chief Johnson, I do believe you're going to speak, and then you have some people that you want to, okay.
I'll be brief and just say thank you to the board for recognizing and doing this proclamation. It's something really important that can save your life. So I'm going to turn it over to Margaret Probst from the Northern Virginia EMS Council, and Margaret will speak and introduce our stroke survivor, Larry Dilworth. So without further ado.
Strokes can strike suddenly, and they can rob the sufferer of the ability to speak, to see, even to use their bodies properly. The Stroke Smart program represents a powerful step led by Chief Johnson and Dr. Morgan to educate us all to recognize the signs of a stroke and be empowered to call 911 as soon as we spot those signs. Underscoring the value of being stroke smart is Mr. Larry Dilworth, a stroke survivor.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Chair Randall. Thank you, Chief. And thank you to the board for recognizing the devastating impact that strokes have on lives and families in our community. I am a stroke survivor. I'm deeply grateful to be here to share a little bit about my experience with stroke. I'm accompanied by my wife, Irene, and my good friend and fellow stroke survivor, Mac Brown. Mac and I represent the lucky ones, those who have survived strokes and are now attempting to rebuild their lives. I'd mistakenly thought that I was immune to stroke because of my fitness level, my military background, and my relatively young age. But I was mistaken. 4 years ago, at age 58, I had an ischemic stroke, a blood clot on the left side of my brain after an otherwise normal work day at a National Medical Society. It affected my body's right side with paralysis and substantial loss of brain function. It was a scary time. My life and that of my family's changed instantly. Years of rehab and relearning how to do everything followed. Every aspect of my life changed. While I may seem okay, a little nervous, but please understand, I'm like a duck on the water whose legs you don't see, paddling hard just to keep up. But I remain hopeful for the future. I keep paddling because of the support from my recovery journey from family, friends, my healthcare and rehab teams, and great organizations like the Stroke Comeback Center in Vienna. So on behalf of my fellow stroke survivors, our families, our caregivers, we thank you for this proclamation. I truly appreciate the chance to be here and to be able to share some of my story with you all today. Thank you.
Dr. Puccio, I'm going to hand you the mic next, and you can make comments. And at the same time, there's one question. I thought what you said was really powerful because you're relatively young, in good condition, and so it begs the question: Is there any demographic, particularly, that's more susceptible to a stroke, and who might that be? And if not, is it just completely random? And then tell us what is the very first thing that should be done if someone knows or their family member knows they're having a stroke. So the first thing you should do.
The first thing, as we've said, is call 911. But so stroke can impact anyone at any age. It can happen in children. And I think that in high-risk people, people are more apt to recognize it. However, when it is a low-risk person, there is some denial by the person or by the family members that this could be happening. But there is much we can do, and this collaboration will help that in the years leading up to a potential stroke, like managing diabetes, hypertension, stop smoking. If you're in atrial fibrillation, get on blood or stay on your blood thinners, don't miss your medications. And in those minutes leading up to a stroke, teaching people how to be confident in recognizing a stroke. There's a lot of doubt, like maybe it's not, maybe it is. It's hard to diagnose things like, I think you have appendicitis, or I think you have a heart attack, or I think you have no. But stroke, when someone can't talk and they can't move their one side, you should feel confident and say, you are having a stroke and I am calling 911. And they will try to get you not to call 911 because they don't want an ambulance or they don't want the attention. And 50% of our patients come by private vehicle to the hospital with a stroke. And we need to get much better on that and have people confident that they should call 911 and be under the care of our EMS community because they call us the minute they see what's going on and alert us to get ready for a stroke coming in, because time is brain and we have very little time to be in that window that you spoke about to initiate therapy. So we have to be fast. Thank you.
Dr. Bridger, thank you for everything. You were absolutely amazing. I said to somebody, I think there's like 2 or 3 of you because you're like everywhere all the time. You're just great. All right, anybody else want to say anything? No? Okay, well then let's take a picture. But I'd like for you and your wife to come down front so I can hand you a resolution in your hand and take a picture in the front.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. And again, 3, 2, 1. One more, please. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Okay.